Hi everyone, welcome to Lucid Means Current Affairs by UIS. Today, we will be dealing with a newly launched Sex Offenders Registry. For UPSC Means, it will be coming under Indian Society of GS1 dealing with social empowerment, that is mainly women empowerment. And also, as a policy measure, the issues arising out of its implementation is also an important for our exam, which is coming in social justice under GS2. The recently introduced National Sex Offenders Registry contains the name and details of some about 4.4 lakh people convicted of various sexual offences across the country. The proposal for such a registry was made first after 2012 Nirbhaya gang rape case. And with this, India became 9th country in the world to have National Database on Sexual Offenders, that is NDSO. And the other countries are US, UK, Canada, Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, South Africa and Trinidad and Tobago. And some other Indian states like Kerala and Haryana also have their own sex offenders registry, which is accessible to public also. Whereas our National Sex Offenders Registry is only available to law enforcement agencies. Then it includes offenders who are convicted under rape, gang rape, POSCO, that is Protection of Children from Sexual Offenders Act, and eve teasing. But it will have details of person who is aged above 18 only. And the database contains people convicted of sexual offences from 2005 onwards. It is started from 2005 onwards because before 2005, the records has not been digitalized. And the database include their name, address, photograph, fingerprint, DNA samples, government ID, details of the convict, Aadhaar, PAN details and palm print, etc. And this database will be classified as low danger, moderate danger and habitual offenders. In low danger, data will be maintained for 15 years and in moderate danger, it will be for 25 years and in case of habitual offenders, data will be maintained for lifetime. This will be maintained by Crime Record Bureau. They will track whether the state police are updating the record on time or not. And the state police has been asked to update the database. So, whenever the details of convicts are entered into a prison database anywhere in the country, the data will be uploaded to the registry. This database will be accessible only to law enforcement agencies for the purpose of investigation and monitoring. As per Home Ministry statement, it will not compromise any individual privacy. That means, for the time being, it will not be available to public. But in case of US, it is accessible to public also. Now let us see why we need such a registry. As I told you, the proposal was first made after 2012 Nirbhaya gang rape case and the data shows incident of rape and other crime against women has increased sharply. According to data of National Crime Record Bureau, has recorded a 12% rise in the number of rape in the data of 2015-16 and the crime against children has also increased nowadays. Another thing is the poor ranking of India in terms of survey for countries which are safer for women. Unfortunately, India ranked as most dangerous country for women in the survey by Thomson Reuters Foundation. So next is the benefit of Sexual Offenders Registry. It is said that it will be useful in limiting rampant growth of sex crimes and it will reduce crime against those including children and also will be helpful for tracking offenders after they have served their sentences and would reduce repeat offences. And it is said that registry will help to conduct background checks, police verification of employees and tenants, etc., which will help to ensure safe workplace and environment for women. Next, let us see what are the concerns over the registry. It is reported that registry will also contain details of people who have been arrested but not yet convicted, ignoring constitutional right to be considered innocent until proven guilty. Hence, it goes against the right to privacy and presumption of innocence. That is, one is considered innocent unless proven guilty, and which will make life of under trial prisoner more miserable, which constitute about 68% of India's prison population. Next is regarding the misuse of data, as it will violate the fundamental right of the convicted person guaranteed by the Constitution. Same goes for this false and fabricated case along with delayed judicial remedy. And a data breach in the registry is especially dangerous at a time when vigilante violence is on the rise. And the real danger lies for marginalized and minority community who bears the brunt of scrutiny rather than politicians and members of affluent classes who can easily get out of the registry or can cover themselves. And still there is no clarity over the status of child sex offenders and female sex offenders in the registry. Another thing is the public stigmatization over housing choice, freedom of movement and social life of convicted person, which may disincentivize the offender who wish to reform, making rehabilitation difficult and thereby increase of offences. They may compel to become homeless or be compelled to live in other area far from home where they face less scrutiny. And the stigma and ostracization, that is exclusion from society, will be extended to their family also, making innocent people to suffer. Another thing is that this registry has been introduced without much results and lacks data support, which will make the success of registry uncertain. And the offenders will be added to the registry only if cases are reported. But in India, cases reported are considerably low. And critics say that in India, most sex crimes are committed by a person known to the victim. So, there is a chance of people not reporting rape or sexual offences as most of them are by the people known to them, which will make the condition more worse. And it have high cost for the maintenance of this registry, and keeping this registry updated is another concern. And there is no clarity over the procedure for collection, storage and deletion of data and safeguards to ensure confidentiality and privacy. Then the economic and social consequence of being listed in the registry also. So that's all about the concern of a sexual offenders registry. Now let us see the way forward. It is argued that periodic psychiatric evaluation will be better, though expensive and difficult, as it is proved to be much more effective. And after 15 to 25 years of conviction, the offender could be a completely changed person. In that case, this method will be a blow for that person. So we can emulate Canadian National Sex Offenders Registry, which gives an option to get delisted after paying debt to the society if they convince a judge that they no longer present as a threat. A registry of sexual offences is not a quick solution. For the registry to be effective, cases must be reported first, and those cases must be addressed and given justice without delay, and should address the issues like poor conviction rate, underreporting and delayed sentences, etc. And in order to get crime to be reported, the cultural attitude towards sexual assault also need to change. Then another point is that database only contain people convicted from 2005 onwards, which is too short period. So must be extended at least for 30 years to be effective. Another thing is that as it is dealing with the fundamental right, must be authorized by legislation rather than a mere executive action. Particularly after Supreme Court upheld privacy as a fundamental right, any violation of fundamental right must be authorized by legislation. Can also implement Justice Verma Committee report on review of laws for sexual crime. So that's all about the topic. Thank you.